Good evening, Mr. Lavi, and thanks for the time today for this interview. I just have a few questions, and this question is based on immigrations, married to US citizen. And
How are you?
I'm good. And yourself?
Yanni.
And this is
Very
Amy.
well.
And I just have a few questions about immigration based on married to US citizen.
Okay, are you married already?
No, I'm not married.
Okay, so you have a boyfriend that is an American citizen?
No, I have a boyfriend. I'm a US citizen.
You're a US citizen.
Yeah,
okay.
and my boyfriend came to as a visitor visa, so I just have a few questions about him.
Okay.
If I want to apply for a citizen, for a green card for him, what can be done on this case?
When did he come to the United States?
He came like 4 months ago.
4 months ago?
Yeah.
I see, and how did he come? Which visa did he use?
He came as a visitor visa.
I see, so he entered legally.
Yeah, he entered legally, yes.
Okay, this is very important. And is he in status right now, or
he's on a status.
Overstayed his status?
You know, he's on a status, and he's expiring on the next month. Since
okay. And when are you planning to get married?
You suggest me when is a good for me to get married, and if I want to apply for him.
Whenever you're ready. I mean, basically, if he's in status, or once he entered legally into the United States, so you can apply for what is called adjustment of status and get his green card in the United States.
So I cannot get married him after his extensions expire, or is better?
You can.
So
I mean, if his status expired, you can marry whenever you want. I mean, even 10 years from now. The question is if you will be able to file for his green card. So as long as he entered the United States legally, you shouldn't have any problems to adjust his status because he's married to an American citizen.
Okay, so if I apply for him, what is the process for that?
Okay, basically, I mean, we're gonna have to have a few documents. For example, his birth certificate. It's very important. You're gonna work on it. We need his passport. We need the marriage certificate. We need your, proof of your U.S. citizenship, and some other documents. But this is, the main documents.
Yeah, I have another few questions. Let's hear about people they ask something for affidavit support. What is that?
We'll get into that in a second. Basically, the process work, you come here, with all the documents that you need, and we'll prepare all the forms. We file it with the USCIS. Normally, within maybe a week or two, he's gonna get receipt notices. Okay, we basically say that he paid the filing fees and he entered a process that is called adjustment of status. So he's gonna be in the process of adjusting his status into the United States without a green card. So he's going to legalize himself temporarily until he gets his green card. And after 3-4 weeks, he's going to get fingerprints appointment. And this is basically a process where the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services are checking if he has any criminal background. Do you know anything? Does he have any criminal?
No, he doesn't.
Never been arrested?
No, nothing.
Okay, very good.
In case, what if he's arrested? Is there anything you can help with that?
Yeah, I mean, if he's arrested, we do criminal law also here, but I mean, if he's arrested, we have to look, at the disposition of the arrest and see if it's something that will prevent him from getting a green card. Sometimes, if it's a violation or if it's a small criminal offense, it might not interrupt him. But in some cases, he might have to ask for a waiver, which is basically asking the immigration or the U.S. government to forgive him, to forgive his criminal activity. Now, if he doesn't have any criminal record and the fingerprints go, everything, he passed the security clearance and everything is good. Normally within 90 days, he's going to get the employment authorization. And with that, he can go to the Social Security offices and apply for a Social Security number. And he can basically work. That takes about 90 days.
Alright, so after the work permits, within how long I'll receive the interview? You will receive
the interview, I mean, today, around 4 or 5 months, you can get into the interview.
So within how long period do you think I can have the green card?
About 4 or 5 months. If you pass the interview, he's going to get it for 5. Now, one more thing about the joint sponsor that you asked me, or affidavit of support.
Yeah.
Okay, the affidavit of support is basically designed to secure the fact that the the foreigner, that your boyfriend or any person that wants to immigrate to the United States is not going to become what is called a public charge. So the US government is afraid that people are going to come to the United States, get green card, and after that they're going to apply for public benefits like health insurance from the government, assistance with rent, food stamps, etc. So they want to make sure that he has enough money, that the US citizen that is sponsoring him has enough money or is earning enough to support the foreigner. If he doesn't, if the US citizen cannot prove that, let's say he earns $15,000, which is less than the poverty guidelines, or he has other dependents, in these cases he can bring a third party which is also a US citizen or a green card holder, and he can be a joint sponsor.
It can be anybody, or it needs to be
it can be anybody who lives in the United States, and he should be, he must be a US citizen or a green card holder, and obviously he has to earn, enough to be able to support him.
Whenever we receive the interview, like on the interview, do I have to prepare anything for the interview, or?
Yes, I mean, actually I suggest if you're already living with him, you can start preparing joint documents, which will, going to help you proving that you're married to an American citizen, that you're married, and it's a bona fide marriage. These documents can be bank statements, joint bank statements. It can be joint utility bills, other utility bills that comes to the same address, and even if it's in different names. Affidavits from friends and families. If you have a lease or you purchased a house, then you got married, you have pictures from the wedding, you got gift cards, etc.
And shall I expect anything in the interview, like whenever we go for the interview, like Officer Keaton specifically may ask anything? Or?
The interview is designed for the US government to basically verify that your marriage are real, that you entered into the marriage in good faith, and not just for him to get a green card. So as I said, you have to have joint documents, and they're going to ask you a few questions, like what is his date of birth, when did you get married, how did you meet each other. They might ask you to describe the house that you're living in, where does he work, how much he's earning, and vice versa.
And after the interview, how long do you think you can get a green card?
Well, if he passed the security clearance and you passed the interview, I mean, it's depend on the local office that will conduct the interview, but most of the local offices today are authorized to approve the green card on the spot. And if the case is approved, they can stamp his passport with temporary evidence of permanent residency, and within 2-3 weeks you can get the green card in the mail.
And if I have any further questions about that, like in where I can find you?
Well, thank you for asking. I mean, we have a very, very detailed and with a lot of information. We have a website with a lot of information. It's called www.dr, like doctor, immigration.com, and we have it, also in the Hebrew language for our Hebrew clients or Israeli clients. And over there you can have, we have a lot of information. You can always ask questions online, which we answer free, or come to the office for free consultation like today.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.